after that, we're like in a full blown conversation talking about, I don't know, Neptune, right? And it's like, how did we get here?
And how do we switch over from Neptune to Uranus?
And there we go.
That's how you do it.
Welcome to the BoyFriends podcast, where we help you find your circle.
And your man.
I'm Jarrod D. King. I am here with the full cast. We have Deleqúa. We've got Pablo. We've got Biddy. Almost forgot your name. Oh my gosh. Today's topic is going to be, how do I jump into my crush's DMs? And then how do I take it offline? We're going to talk about that today. What does that bring up for anyone here? Like, what experiences have you had jumping into somebody's DMs, and how has that gone? And I guess we can extend this to online dating, like if you have like a Tinder or a Hinge or a Grindr or a Sniffies. Any of those. You like how we deteriorated?
I think I can start. I just had a flashback that is
Wait,
like,
what do you ask?
Deleqúa?
What is a sniffy?
It's like the raunchier version.
Y'all know I be behind. Hold on, what's going on?
No, we're going to bring you up to speed.
Okay.
Sorry, Pablo's going to bring you up to speed.
I'll bring up to speed. It's like
Can you hand me that trick?
It's the more raunchier version of Grindr. So it's very, like, on Grindr, you're not able to post pictures of your behind, whereas on Sniffies, people can post their butt.
Actually.
Yeah, and like
So
all
here's
their
the
junk.
You can only post a picture of you behind.
And it's very, people know what they're on there for, which, again, people know what they're on Grindr
More
for,
forward,
but it's a
more
lot
direct.
more direct and forward. Yes, thank you. Biddy.
There's no games, and basically what it looks like. One, it's web based, so it's a website, because on apps there are like policies, so you can't have dong out on an app, just like for public to see. But on a website you can. What is that?
Is that your
Oh,
Sniffies?
it's right there. Okay, it is an app now.
Well, so
I
what you
think they
do
do
is
have
you,
an app,
you
right?
download, or I think you save it as a bookmark, and then you save it as like a home.
And then it's okay, yeah. But basically, because the web is wild, you can basically have a map, just a ton of dongs all over the map, and it's just little images of people's dicks and butts all over the place.
In other words, like Grindr is very like grid-like structured, and whereas
is a
like
map.
this is like a population of like people.
You're gonna get hunted, on Sniffies. But it's great because if you look at a gym, there'll be ratings for a gym of like, how cruisy is this gym? How are people navigating these less formalized sexual spaces? And I think that's really cool, even as somebody who has not necessarily partaken. But my friend was just visiting, and
you sound very knowledgeable.
well. I try to be well read. I try to. Oh my god! My friend was just visiting. We were going to I shouldn't say the name of the establishment. A gym near Center City, Philadelphia, near the gays. And they looked on Sniffies, and there were reviews of the gym being like, "This is what the cruising's like. This is how it runs." So like the sauna and the steam room, like this is how you would go about it. Here's some things to look out for. And back in the day, right, it was more dangerous because like you just had to learn that through experience, right? Like cruising and things like that. Sniffies makes cruising a little bit more community crowdsourcey, and they had a successful little cruise. They sucked off a daddy in the ADA shower, which is the cruise shower because it's at the end and it's bigger and it's a bigger space.
Oh my god!
Love you, girl. I'm not going to name your name, but you're listening to this. So all that is to say, they successfully navigated a cruising sitch in a different city, in a different context. And then I just remember I was getting changed. We had showered, and I was getting changed, and they were like, "We gotta go, we gotta go." They were like, "I got mine. Let's get out of here." But all that is to say, it it brings a transparency to the whole thing that has never really existed like that. So, and they have a great podcast too. While we're doing podcasts, Sniffy's podcast is incredible. It's actually where I learned a lot.
I think they,
it's in a
I think
great
I did know
podcast.
that they had.
I didn't know that they had.
I actually never listened to it though.
They have an episode on cum dump that was fascinating. It was like a very professional cum dump, being like just talking about the process of it and the like things.
You know, I think it would behoove a lot of people to listen and to learn about different stuff like that and not be so pearl clutchy about everything.
It brings some realness to everything in a way that like we only get the stories. We get the like filtered through society lens, and they're like, here it is.
Yeah.
Feels great.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
shout out Sniffy's podcast. I've listened to the whole thing. It's
we would love to be guests.
Yeah. Oh, baby. I'd have very little to offer except for the reading that I've done.
Me and Pablo can be guests.
Ah!
So that's the definition of sniffies. But to answer like the question about like kind of approaching somebody that you find attractive online, I think about this in the lens of like an Instagram. Like I see somebody, all their pictures are very nice. They look very cute, and I want to just like approach them. How do I do that? You know, what is the method to reaching out and letting them know that I'm interested in potentially dating them? What does that look like for y'all?
I think it's really interesting. So like when I reach out to somebody who I think's handsome or someone I might be interested in, I'm always like very cautious about how I approach it, because I can't just say hello because they don't know me, right? And it's very weird.
Yeah.
I could just be very like honest and transparent up front and say like, hey, saw your pictures or saw your Instagram, and you're a very handsome guy. Like, would you like to, grab a cup of coffee? Something just very like casual.
Really?
Like it is very upfront, very direct, and some people don't sway that way. Some people like to take it, they like to broach things a little bit differently. Is more comfortable for them, which no problem.
And what's the other way of doing it?
Well, I think there's no black or white. There's so many different ways to do it.
Okay.
Add somebody to your close friends.
Well, what are some of those
straps.
other ways? Just like generally, like what are you like when you say this is your way of doing it? Like very easygoing, very just like leave the ball in your court. How when you think of other people doing it in a different way, what are you talking about?
Well, I can draw on someone I know, Taylor Phillips.
This is like a. Okay, we're name dropping. I was just like, like Taylor Phillips, 476 Bayview Drive. I was like, who is this?
Oh gosh, no, he's an influencer.
Good. Okay, he's a public figure. That's great. Such a friend. I was like,
no.
Great.
He's
Taylor Phillips.
He's a public figure, yeah. And so he did a YouTube video, I think, just talking about how he met his husband. And when they met, or when they first started talking, rather, Taylor sent his husband now just a waving emoji, right? Mm-hmm. And then that just like kind of went from there into it developed into a relationship, which I think is really cool. Like it doesn't need to be super complicated. It can be as simple as that. And he's living proof in pudding. What's the saying? Proof is in the pudding.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah. So I think it doesn't need to be.
It's like a Wheel of Fortune answer. The living proof is in the pudding. Before and after. Sorry, but, that's how my brain works.
But the little anecdote and takeaway here is that it doesn't need to be super complicated. It can just be a simple hi, hello, how are you?
Yeah. It's like that's like making eyes at the gym, where it's just like hey, I'm seeing you, you're seeing me, kind of thing. That feels good. Like that's the in real life equivalent I can think of is like I see you and I'm making sure you know that I'm noticing you. And then if you want to notice me back, that's your option. That's good.
I'm going to use this analogy here. Like Spider-Man's little tingle. Like whenever... Spidey sense.
Oh, I know. When you went tingle, I was like...
Wait a minute.
Dangle? The tangle?
So what are we talking about?
No, the tingle.
The Spidey sense. Okay.
Spidey sense.
I'm getting to it. But to your point, though, like when I see somebody, we make eyes in the gym or at the bookstore...
So romantic.
In the stacks. Yeah.
Not that kind of bookstore. I get like a feeling in my body where it's like I want to pursue this person. I want to like see what there is about to it. Mm-hmm. And
what do you actually approach people in?
That's a good question.
Neutral public places like that?
Not like no, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had the strength to do that. I just don't. Like
it's just awkward. It's very awkward.
Yeah, it's very awkward. It doesn't need to be awkward, but for me, I would make it awkward. But I'm really trying to lean into this like loving myself enough to be able to say, you know what, they can come to me instead. Like I can live with myself.
It's never gonna happen. You gotta approach.
It's never gonna happen, honey. They will never come up to you.
I didn't mean it like that.
No.
But,
No, you're saying generally.
It was the pause.
It was a gag. She said, "You're nothing. You are worth
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, it's just like I feel
Michael.
like you know, in like a neutral, like if you feel something, that's your tell to be like, hey, I need to do something about this.
What agency do I have to make that real?
Would you go up to somebody and?
I haven't often. I have once.
You gotta go up, and she's like, because it's scary.
It's scary.
Awkward, it's scary.
But you know, we had a dating coach on the show last season who like basically told us how to do this. And it was basically like, if you see somebody that's kind of interesting, you know, give them a compliment. Oh, I love your shirt, you know, and then if they want to keep on talking, they'll keep on talking with you. You know, it's the same thing. True. It's like you go into the DMs, you can give a wave emoji to somebody, and if they want to keep on talking, I mean, that's the same principle. It's like, you know, but I mean, with Instagram, well, in real life.
When somebody tells me they like my shirt, they want to fuck me?
Look, the last
y'all were just saying you like this shirt, so I'm okay. I gotta go. It's been lovely. I've gotta get out of here.
Oh my god,
you're giving yourself a lot of credit.
Fuck me. Everyone's trying to fuck me. Oh my god. I'm just kidding. But good.
Yes.
I
no.
like real.
But yeah, I mean, it's like maybe. But maybe not. Maybe they're just being. But you have to kind of feel it out, and you have to continue talking. You have to keep the conversation afloat in order to figure that out. And that's the thing. Like, I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, "Oh, I love your hair. I love your hair." And a lot of times I'm like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." But then, like, I got to the point where I was just like, not everybody is saying I love your hair just because, you know,
they want the D.
Well, I was going to say the opposite, just because they're being friendly. Some of them.
Oh, I see. I would say default to friendliness.
Yeah.
But sometimes it could mean something else.
Right.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
This is all very new to me. I could be the one who's like, really?
Yeah. But I feel like with an Instagram or like with a dating profile, you have to make sure your own stuff is in order and attractive before you reach out to somebody.
And by your own stuff, you mean?
I mean, your feed, everything on your feed, and yeah.
This is madness.
Deleqúa. I see some reactions.
Deleqúa.
Because
what do you have to say?
I think we need to hear from Deleqúa.
I'm cracking up at Biddy's faces because Biddy's.
This is a mind-blowing moment. I'm like, really?
It's like Biddy, like you just see. No, it's like Biddy's getting all these epiphanies in one, right?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, it's
universe.
Like, yeah. No. It's just like, you know, if you liken it to the analogy of meeting a guy in person in like a neutral like space at Whole Foods or something, and you say nice shirt. You might want to have a nice shirt on too. You might want to look your best so that you're attractive in the moment. That's all I'm saying. It's the same. It's that, you know.
This is the game. Like, this is how we play the game.
Wait, so you're saying that you can't go up to somebody and compliment them unless you...
You can compliment them all you want to, but if you're in your pajamas and you're looking scruffy, the chances of them being into you, unless you're like a drop dead gorgeous 10.
Or the fact that they have something to compliment you or like to keep the conversation going.
Because I've had that happen too. They'll be like, nice hair. I'd be like,
yeah, you're like something. like dead ass look good, but your outfit looks trash. Yeah, you're like dead ass.
I can't really say much.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, gee.
It was the Miranda Priestley look for me.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, so is that like I have a friend who's like wearing graphic tees and like where's interesting conversation starting pieces.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it's not just for D.
Right.
Like they're not just trying to get fucked all the time. But it's a conversation starter, which
Yeah.
now has opened a window for whatever that could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Fuck. I gotta get some graphic tees. I gotta get tour merch.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
shit.
well, the thing is, like, you know, you figure out
me.
whatever your own style is, and like, I feel like you would just kind of go with that. And if somebody were to find that interesting, they could say, yeah. But I mean, like, you gotta find your own lane, you know.
So,
Yeah.
for instance, if I came up to you with a shirt and it had the Cookie Monster in a jock strap and it said Crumb Dumpster, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be good. That
would
would be
be
a
good.
conversation. So I'd be like,
That's
what
it.
the hell is going on? Like, I love this. Where did you get it?
Okay.
Oh, I got it from so-and-so.
Yeah.
But see, my problem is I don't know how to continue the conversation. I stop at the compliments, or I stop at, oh, this is where I got this. And
What's next?
yeah, I mean, it's like keeping the conversation going is hard. Partly because a lot of people are like uninteresting.
Damn.
Number one. Number two, it's just like, you know, it's, I don't know. I forget what my second point was. But yeah, a lot of people
But
are
she's right, America.
Yeah.
She's right.
I mean, a lot of people just don't know how to
America,
have
she's right.
conversations, which is why it's so hard to have a conversation online or on an app or something when you get a lot of these one-word answers and a lot of like, oh.
Peeves from
great,
last
yes.
episode, one-word answers. Bullshit.
Like, thanks.
yeah.
It's like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
Well, what I really hate about Grindr, if I'm talking to somebody, it can be, I'll always say hi, hello, right? How are you? That's just my go-to. But some people are like, want to fuck? Or like, and it's so off-putting to me. It's so unattractive. Like, I just immediately, like, I don't respond.
Yeah.
But
But
that for sniffies.
But let's hold it. But yeah, save it for sniffies.
That's where we do direct grinders. Very
I
demure.
have both.
Yeah, very.
Very demure.
Yeah, you have to play cat
Very
mouse a
very
little more.
ethical. Very professional.
Yeah. Very.
Grindr is LinkedIn and Sniffies.
Grindr is the LinkedIn of gay sex now. Jesus.
Sniffies is what?
Indeed.
TikTok?
Oh my god.
Oh my
no,
gosh.
but let's hold the same principle though, right? And then in my relationships, if the person I'm talking to, who I'm interested in, is very like vague and first of all, I can appreciate like knowing what you want and getting what you want, right? Like I get what I want, and I don't want what I don't get. I can appreciate that, like some confidence, some like I know what I want. Like I'm at a point in my life where I know what I want, and I don't need to give it a second thought to like reconsider. Like, oh, maybe no, it's
Okay.
not that. Like, and so the point I'm trying to make is, if I'm talking to somebody that I'm interested in, I want to make sure that there's open communication, there's transparency there, so we're always on the same page, and there's no one person being left in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like on Grindr, just to help paint the picture, or Sniffies rather, there really isn't like that context, and it's very just it's all like there's nothing. What am I trying to say, Biddy?
We're not trying to date on sniffies. Is that fair? Is that
Yeah,
part of
that's
it?
very
Is that part of
fair.
what you're saying?
I don't feel like anybody's.
okay,
I don't feel like we're
actually-
trying to date on Grindr much.
No.
Just a little bit.
But you know what? They have a category on Grindr as a filter, dating, and which is ridiculous because okay, I'm not trying to. I do not want to get canceled or put anybody out. But like, if you're trying to date on Grindr, girl,
I know some people who have met on Grindr. I don't know
Look.
if they went in with the intention of dating.
Yeah.
So I think that's fair.
that's okay.
But
That's different. Yeah.
there's a filter.
Look, I see. I've had.
You're on
I've
that filter,
had. I've
Like, there's
used Grindr for date to try to find a date. It doesn't really work. It's a little bit incompatible. I'm coming to you, Deleqúa, in 1 second. But like, because it's like I'm standing here in like a Speedo looking all sexy for Grindr for the purposes of the context of Grindr, so that you're not gonna get eyeballs wearing this. Everybody's shirtless. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I'm looking for a date on Grindr, I still have to attract the eyeballs of like the sexual lens. But it's like once you get that,
I gotta have my tits out, is what you're saying on Grindr.
yeah.
Jeez.
Missed opportunity.
Oh
At
God.
all right
Yeah.
now.
Deleqúa, did you have? What did you have to say?
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to these conversations, y'all know I'll get a little quiet. You know, I've been in a relationship for 4 years, so last 27 4 years. We met on Grindr.
Proof
Wow.
is in the pudding, baby. Proof is in the pudding.
Living.
Wait, speak more on that.
I'm,
Like, what was
I'm
that?
suddenly very apologetic.
You're suddenly very apologetic.
Yeah, can you bring us into
Well,
that meeting?
but
Yeah.
see, there's so much to unpack because we've talked about, relationships in previous episodes when it comes to confidence and all these things. I guess it depends on your outlook on relationships and all of that. Everyone has their thoughts, their feelings. You know what I mean? My man, I knew what we both were on there looking for, but we also knew what came with it. That's just like with anything. No shade, but I'm on a podcast with different personalities. I'm on some one thing that we're all sharing, but we're all different, right? And we know, and so I look at that although a lot of people are on there for some things, I had met people on there that literally just dated. I didn't always hook up. You know what I'm saying? I literally dated. You feel what I'm saying? And so I guess it's because I knew what I wanted. It's really all on what you want because you can meet someone in a grocery store and go fuck them in the back street or whatever. Like it's not about because it's a daggone app. Y'all are bad.
Oh God!
No, like seriously, because people they try to downplay. But they try to downplay meeting someone on social media or how they meet somebody, And then I know people coming from because I think being a millennial too, we were blessed to experience the pre-social media days right before they ended, and then the beginning of it. So because we come through it, we understand the different dynamics of the way the world has changed. And Jarrod, you specifically, I know. We come up in a time where, because we're the same age.
Yo, 40.
No, we're the same age.
I'm kidding.
Both born in 87, boo. Don't play with me.
38.
So I'm just saying, though, like the culture, how we grew up, it was a different way. Now, I know you've adapted to the more modern ways of how they date. I haven't adapted to the modern ways of a lot of these things, especially the LGBT. Like, I never thought in a million years I would look at the LGBT community like, hold on, how did I miss this? How did I miss that? Especially now being in the trans community and who I am, because I had to find myself through the community, all that. So there's so much with it that, it's when we get these topics of dating, to me, I'm like, it's not surface. None of this is surface. Meeting someone on there, it's not surface because then now you're opening a door that is like, hold on, what door are you about to go down?
I got you.
Yeah. Because what you're looking for, you're being superficial with it. Because then when you're being superficial with it, that internet don't help you. And that allows that superficialness to exude itself above what your true desires are.
So you're saying like be real, like express yourself, even if it is like, let's say sniffies and it's more sexual based. It's like still like owning yourself.
Well,
and,
if that's not what you're looking for, why are you on there?
That's a good statement too. Yeah, it's like
if I don't,
let's be real.
If I don't need groceries, what am I in the grocery store for?
Well, to get dick in the back alley. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you're not the right place to set that intention. It could happen. It sounds like is what you're saying too. It's like things happen everywhere, but yeah, like be intentional about the choices, where you're putting yourself, how you're seating. Yeah, I feel that. That's hot.
Yeah.
And no, you're not old, Jarrod. We're the same age. Don't forget.
Don't forget.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I just wonder. Is it? I guess to answer my own question, I guess it is possible to be very linear in what you want, but at the same time, it's like when nothing happens for an extended period of time, then it's like, okay, well, you just kind of
Nothing
fall
happens.
into.
What do you mean nothing happens for an extended
Well,
period?
let's say you're on Grindr for dating, and your intention is to date, and you get no play on Grindr because nobody you're interested in wants to date. They're all like, you know,
Grindr ain't the only place. Go to the grocery store.
Go to the grocery store, get some eggs.
You know what?
and get them
You know,
cracked.
you know what?
Crack
You know
those
what?
eggs.
A friend of mine just told me.
Dish.
This isn't the friend that called you fat, is it?
This is the friend that suggested that if you're horny, fuck a tomato.
Bucket.
Wait, what?
Apparently, fucking a tomato feels like you're fucking a pussy.
Toys. Wait, what kind? Are we
That
talking
is so
Roma
random.
or beefsteak? Beefsteak, probably. It's in the name. It's in the name, darling. It's like, oh wait, it would be like if Call Me by Your Name, but instead of a peach, she was fucking a beefsteak tomato up there. Hot. Then the peach sales would have plummeted, and the tomato sales would have risen.
There are so many things I want you to cut.
Global economics would have been okay if we were fucking beefsteak and tomatoes. More. That was a good dish. I'm gonna try it out sometime. It's summer. Tomatoes are in season. But I'm just gonna get a little grape tomato myself.
Oh,
you know?
God, no, not a grape tomato.
You're gonna be a grape tomato.
No, I'm gonna be graping that tomato. You know.
Jesus
She's got
Christ.
sparse eyebrows, big titties, and a little dick, baby. The Lord said that will be a drag queen, baby. It's all my features are built for it. But all that is to say, yeah. I'm gonna try a tomato sometime. Why not? Fuck it.
How do we bring
only
this
live
back
once.
to DMing?
I can help. I would like to know, you brought up you can initiate, and now I feel better at initiating.
Okay.
I feel like I'm like, okay, teacher, like what's next? Yeah.
Yeah.
So but you also said, like, what do you do after that? Like how, like, so we've initiated, we've made the eyes, we've even maybe said hi, your shirt looks cute, and now, like, specifically, like, what do you do next, and how do you take it into the direction of not just like, like, I'm getting to know you and I'm like enjoying our company, but rather like, and I think you're attractive. How do I express like an attractiveness or like a sexual component of that once the conversation's initiated?
Yeah.
That I think I have a hard time figuring out, because I'm very bubbly, charismatic, but then I think I very much instantly give off like, I'm your friend.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing, and I have a hard time being flirtatious.
Flirting.
Yeah.
We're talking about flirting.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like if I try to, it comes off very corny, and like it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not able to like play with that. I don't know. I think it. I don't feel comfortable with it, because it's like, if you're not really giving me anything, like there are a lot of times where a lot of people I will talk to, they just aren't giving me a whole lot to work with, and so it's like, okay, bye. Like, you know, I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. Even if a guy approaches me and starts talking, I'm like this has literally happened a few days ago. Like, a guy stopped me, was like, oh, are you like playing on the are you playing on the soccer team or something? I said, no, I'm playing tennis, blah 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 blah. And then I was just like, well, I guess I'll see you later, because you're not giving me anything.
Like, actually, I'm only attracted to soccer guys.
Or, you know, or even worse, was I was sitting down at a bar, and I didn't have a drink in front of me. The guy next to me kind of like was like, what are you drinking today? I was like, no, I'm not drinking anything. And then he was just like, oh, okay. And then he turned around, and I was just like, okay, well, I mean, that was your chance. But I'm like, do I not know how to flirt, or does nobody else know how to flirt? I don't know. I feel like I'm bad at it, but I also feel like I don't get a whole lot. What are we being?
It's him.
Yeah.
Chad, I was thinking the same thing on this computer. I said, "Wow, baby, this sound like this is between you and the cameras, okay?"
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem.
Well,
I'm
then,
just
well,
kidding.
then,
No.
what are you seeing? What are you sensing?
Do you? Okay, how do I ask this? Do you overthink a lot?
Yeah, I would say so. I tend to overthink.
You think you go into those situations overthinking a lot, trying to control it?
I don't think I go into conversations overthinking a lot. But I don't want to push people in a certain direction if that's not where they want to go. You know what I'm saying? I can spark a conversation and ask about something, and we can have a little bit of a conversation about, you know, oh, do you like to play checkers? Yeah, I like to play checkers. Yeah, so we're talking about checkers, but I don't want to talk to you about checkers. You know what I'm saying? But then they just leave it at checkers. And then it's just like, okay, well, then I guess you answered my question, so let me go over here and leave you alone.
Completed the task
Right.
that you asked me to complete.
Right.
I wonder,
yeah.
like for me, when you were talking, this is something that connected my dots. This is my epiphany moment of like, nice shirt, right? Like it's almost like, what are the things in my Rolodex of like ways to initiate a conversation? Nice shirt. Then it's like, what's my Rolodex of like, now I'm in flirting mode. What are the things I can pull out to be like, like maybe direct the conversation to a certain topic, or maybe it's like, I don't know. I feel like I have friends who are very good at the like, I have like 5 phrases that I can use, or 5 like directions I can take this that can like help guide a conversation into a direction. Do you have any tricks or know of any?
I think for me, like, you and I both are both very charismatic, and we're very outgoing, very easygoing. And I think that's what makes it so much easier for us to have conversations with people without having the need to have a one-liner. And so when I talk to somebody who I'm interested in, it's really just simply a conversation. It's like, hi, like, what do you do for work? These are the most like common questions that are asked, like, what do you do for work? Where are you from? How old are you? You know, like, you check off, you know, A, B, and C.
That's still helpful to have like a go-to list of the conversation.
And really what they are is just jumping off points. Right? Because then after that, we're like in a full-blown conversation talking about, I don't know, Neptune, right? And it's like, how did we get here? And that's what's so great about it. It's like that, what the hell?
And how do we switch over from Neptune to Uranus?
And
there we go.
That's how you do it, bitch. That's an expert. That's how it's fucking done. I'm taking notes. Rolodex. Direct them to Neptune to move to Uranus.
I'm cracking up.
Oh my god.
But here's the thing, even when you were saying like you don't need, like, it was helpful to have like the like, what are those things in your back pocket of jumping off points? I think that's good. And then how do you then say, okay, there's some energy here that's really good. We're like getting, well, how do I then bring it to like, do you want to go have sex, or do you want to kiss, or whatever that how do you
can I
bring
invite
it
you
into
out
that?
for dinner sometime? We could do one of those too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, do you want me to suck your dick right now? And you're like, or do you want...
You May West. Let me come over and someone give us some time. Do you remember that May West?
Oh, yes, Mae West, Alaska doing Mae West. It's like, oh,
yeah.
Why don't you come up and fuck me in the ass sometime? Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I could learn a thing or two from the divas. Yeah. I like that though. No, that what we just did was very helpful for me.
Yeah.
It's like, have some things.
But I also feel like, I mean, if we're going into the realm of like flirting or like getting people to like, see, I don't know, because it's like with gay men, we don't have the same systems in place to make a moment happen. Everybody is just kind of like aiming out here, wandering aimlessly through the flirtation thing. Like if I were a woman and I didn't have a drink in front of me and a guy asked me, hey, what are you drinking? Immediately, that would be the next thing. So, oh, can I get you something? But because I'm another guy, it's just like, oh, okay. It's like you just drop the ball.
The
It's
double-edged sword of like gender dynamic and heteronormativity.
Yeah.
Double-edged, we know because it fucks up a
So
lot
it's
of things,
like-
but it provides some structure.
Yeah.
To your point, there are some pop culture has defined what this looks like. We can lean on these
Yeah.
examples. In gay culture, we like I could look at Queer as Folk and I could try to find some scenes, but it's like not everyone is on the same exact page.
Right.
Like, this means this.
Right.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
We have to be more direct on sniffies because we don't have the
Right,
like
exactly.
let me get you a drink. It's like, actually, I just have to post my dick on a map.
Right.
Also-
Basically. And then it's also like, we don't have like a drop the napkin moment. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm having
that's
I'm having
the
a pet
flirtation.
peeve moment.
Like, I can't be a damsel in distress. Like, if I went and, if I was in a bar and I like fell on the ground and spilled my drink all over the place, they're all gonna look at me. Nobody's.
I don't think anyone wants anyone to drop their drink.
No, I'm
and
just
spill
saying.
it
Like,
all
if I like fell over, everybody's gonna look at me. All the guys are gonna just look at me. Nobody's gonna come over and say, "Can I help you up?" That's the moment. But you're laughing, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if,
I don't know if girls get that much grace either.
but I'm saying
Damsel in
like
distress.
damsel
I
in
see
distress
you. I
moments. Like, you
see
don't like it's yeah.
Jesus, sorry, you're so right.
You get what I'm saying, though.
I just imagine you falling, and I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I think people would look at you crazy, but that's what you're saying.
As,
That's what you're
as,
saying.
as your friend, I would sit there and watch. But like anybody else, like a normal person, would help you.
Yeah. Are you saying you're not normal?
And a normal person who wants to get with you would help you and then continue helping you.
Yeah.
That would be the entry point to
Right.
then being like, oh, like, are you okay? Like,
Yeah.
let me get you another drink.
I mean, because
Let me
here's
get you
like
a
it
napkin.
basically like on a very minute level. I had a drink. This was like last year, and this guy was like looking at, like staring at me the whole time. Like, he was like into me. Like, I could kind of tell. And so I had my drink, and my friend kind of like bumped into me, and a little bit of it kind of spilled on my shirt. And I was just like, "Oh, can you wash this drink for me or something?" Like, just trying to open the door to have like some kind of a dialogue. He didn't really say anything, and I ended up going to get a napkin for myself and like pat myself down. I picked up my drink, and I was like, "All right, thank you," And
He missed his shot.
It's like there's nothing there for gay men, or if they're so freaking scared of everything.
We gotta
It's so
develop our own
annoying.
systems. Oh, fear feels right. We've talked about this. This is all very scary.
Yeah.
And so, but it's unfortunate that it's like there's so much of it that like none of us are getting our needs met because we're all like,
Yeah.
all pulling back. Not all, of course. There are some people navigating this better than others, but
Yeah.
that's fair. Like, and it's cool for you to have navigated that in such a way. It's just like that was fear on his side, which means you're not like mad at him
Yeah.
for not catching the hint or like, wow, you're so dumb. Or
Right.
something. It's like, damn, like fear strikes again.
Yeah.
And it afflicts all of
Yeah.
us. Very empathetic approach to it.
Yeah.
Because, otherwise we'd be really mad.
I'm
We'd be
like,
walking
I'm
around
not-
being mad because
I'm
no
not
one-
like mad at the world.
Yeah,
Trust me,
exactly,
but it's just
yeah.
like there's a big like fear plays a part in a lot of it. And I'm not gonna say that I'm absent of fear, because when I start a conversation, it's like now do I say, "Oh, you look really cute" or something? Do I say that outwardly and to like let you know, or should you know just because I'm talking? Or there's a little bit of fear there for like how overt I want to be with the flirtation piece of it.
There's nothing wrong with shooting your shot, because again, I really love, as cliche as it is, you're not gonna make any of the shots that you don't take, right? And
It's very true.
And so when I see someone who I'm interested in, I'm not going to say that I always go up to them, because I don't. Because, again, it is very fear-based, because I don't like rejection, which is kind of ironic because, again, like, I used to model. I still do, but, like, not nearly as much as I used to. And when you'd walk into, casting, you can immediately be walked out of the room. Or
They'll be
laughed
like,
at,
"No."
Or like, yeah, I could walk into this room right now and someone would say, "Next."
I'm out.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's so real. And I think it's so vulnerable. It's a really great way to put it, Biddy. And I think another thing too is like, it's the same way with talking to somebody, like that rejection piece of it, where if I go up to somebody, just to have a simple conversation of like, hey, where you coming from, or are you visiting, are you local, and then I kind of like hesitate. I'm a little reluctant to say, well, would you want to go to tavern with me? Just to kind of like, I think that in of itself is a really great jumping off point when trying to like show interest in somebody. Is like, if I'm at U-Bar and wanting to go to another bar and inviting that person with me, if they're coming with me, then maybe they would already heading that direction, or they're coming with me because
they want to be with you.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I think it's so complex, and what's really great about like, complexity is that we're able to like dumb complexity down pretty fucking far. And by that I mean we can say, okay, this is a little bit complicated, and by that I'm kind of losing my point, but if I'm talking to somebody that I like and I'm a little fearful of what might come of it, I just need to jump right into it, and that's anxiety right there, right? And the best way to cut anxiety by its root is just to jump into just jump into it, right? Because the worst thing that can happen isn't the worst thing that your mind has come up with, right? My mind is like, oh my God, he's gonna like publicize the fact that like I couldn't like make him, whereas like the reality is like you're probably just gonna say no, I'm not interested, and we make it so dramatic, and I think
we'll be okay.
And we're gonna be okay.
I'm gonna be okay. That's a hard one to learn. And I'm gonna be okay. That's a hard one to learn. Thank you. I think that's real. The anxiety, facing anxiety, feels like a very powerful portion of this. Taking action in the face of.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we've gotten to bring it back to DMing and to bring it back to online dating and to getting like talking to your crush. We've gotten to the point of it's okay to. We've gotten to our entry points, right? We've gotten our simple entry point. Thank you, Pablo, for saying like, hey, I think you're interesting, blah, 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 blah. It can be just that easy, or it can be as simple as like a wave or something. And then continuing that, we have to then flirt a little bit. We have to be able to have our follow-ups and to have a full conversation. And then how do we bring it into, like, if you want to date somebody, how do we bring it into real life? What then is the closing? How do you close it? How do you close it out? How do you get your crush on a date with you?
Well, can I share a little anecdote?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I love an anecdote.
But I met a guy on Grindr. I DM'd him. After that, he had texted me that he was in Philly. The problem was he was going through a divorce at the time. And so the emotional connection that we shared were not acknowledge the other factors that play into a relationship, like physical attraction.
So how does this factor into like closing an interaction online with your crush?
Right. So the way that we closed it, idea of a romantic relationship together was it wasn't had a little bit of falling out, and then we reconnected. About closing, I think that closing for everybody is so different. My closing with you, Biddy, with Deleqúa can all be different, but what I really about what it is that we want, what is it that we need, and
isn't that like a little deep for like a conversation? You're flirting, and then you want to meet up for a drink offline. I mean, you're talking about...
This isn't something that you say out loud. This is something that you think to yourself, right? You're thinking, what is it that I need? And then you very, like, indirectly kind of, like, put it out.
What would be one of those needs in this fictional conversation that we're having?
Well, for me, like, I need, like, reinforcement or
positive reinforcement, or like an affirmation,
reaffirmed. I need to be reaffirmed. Like, I love you. I think
you're gonna say that in the first text.
I think you might be talking about two different situations. You're talking about like in this relationship closing. You're talking about like while still messaging at the start, and I think closing for you means like how do you seal the deal
and get
you
on
might
a
be
date.
talking about how do you like close a relationship. Is that right? Or are you also talking about that?
I thought I was talking about what You were
Good. That's good too.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
No, I mean,
because when you were talking, the things that were sparking for me were like, am I just looking for a one night stand, or like just like I want a casual something, and the other person, if they're looking for a deep and intimate relationship, it's like being able to be clear about that so that we can make the decision to be like, oh well, we probably shouldn't do it. Like we're probably not the right people for each other. Like that feels right. But it can go beyond that. Just like, do I want a long-term partner or whatever? It's like, oh, like I'm looking for somebody what I feel really safe with, and that person doesn't care who the person is.
Yeah.
That's what's sparking when you were talking about like, how do we make sure that we are like that my needs are being met or that the intention is set? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Again,
I was thinking, girl. No, I think I'm not fit to answer about closing because I think I'm going off in a different direction than what you're looking for.
well, I mean, you can take it wherever you want to go, but it felt like you weren't necessarily. It felt like we weren't lining up on what we were talking about.
And you know what, like,
so.
And what I'm making up about that is that I just simply don't have the experience or maybe I haven't been there before.
So, well,
I can't speak to it.
Well, you have, because obviously you met this guy that you were talking about in real life.
Sure.
So the question is, how do you get from online to offline? Like if I am texting somebody on Instagram and I say, hey, I think you're really cute, and then we have a full-blown conversation, then what do I say to like not leave it on Instagram and actually say, let's grab lunch, let's grab a drink, let's do something.
I mean, I think if your interest aligns, then it just very naturally and organically happens to say, like, let's finally meet in person. And whether it's coffee, brunch, this, that, or the other, it kind of all falls into.
So you just kind of just ask the question or just assert that, hey, let's meet up sometime, or
one of us is gonna ask the other, do you want to get coffee, or do you want to like maybe meet briefly? I see that you're right. I see, or like I see that you're going to earlier. You told me that you're going to get coffee. Maybe I can meet you and just like talk for a couple minutes and just get to know each other. And it doesn't need to be anything more than that.
Make the invitation though. Like there needs to be some active invitation. It can be even more organic than, do you want to go out to dinner or want to go out on a date? It can be like, what are you up to this weekend? Then they share something, and then you're like, oh, I'd be down to do that. What do you want to? Yeah, I like that. That helps me a lot because, again, this stuff feels like a little bit magic to me.
And I get very formal. I'm like, let's have a drink. Let's go to dinner. Let's go to a movie. Let's do this. Let's plan it. And a lot of people don't like to plan stuff. And I'm very different in that way. I'm like, let's get a date and a place and a time.
Yeah.
And if I don't have those three, then it's just like, okay, well, I'm going to move on to the next.
This isn't happening. Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Deleqúa, do you have anything else to add?
Oh, y'all said everything, darling.
Okay.
I will say there's one story that I do want to share that is one of the wildest things. It is one of the wildest text-based things that has ever happened.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you set it up like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's going to be a story time for me. So as y'all have heard on the podcast so far, I am not particularly experienced or apt at the art of online dating or dating in general or any of that. So one of the wildest conversations I had, that it has spurred the phrase in my friend group, same message, new paragraph. Because of how I message somebody, and this is no names will be dropped, but this is essentially like a Tinder connection that we had. We messaged a few times. What was the year on this? 2022.
Okay.
This is me just trying to get into online dating. And at the end of one of my phrases, I said, also realizing that we're starting to get into it. Might be /fast, but would you want to go on a date? ? Happy to define expectations since date can be a loaded term. And then he said, I'm down for a date. Why would you feel like that word is loaded? And then it's a wall.
Oh,
it's it is quite literally a wall of text. Same message, new paragraph of it all. That is a slay call out. Newer to dating and feeling like a date can come with a skewed romantic connotation. I like to broaden so that a date can be more exploratory and doesn't block the experience from bearing other non-romantic fruit if that pathway makes more sense. My take is a successful date is one where we have more information to take an informed next step. Could be another broad date, could be a romantic pursuit, could be a friendship pursuit, could be fucking. Opens up a lot of beautiful paths. Next message that I send right after. Also, I think because I hit the text limit. Also, we can get into Philly drag. Definitely a big part of my world. He asked about that, and I talk about that. And I start, same message, new paragraph. Speaking of drag, I need to get back to heads down for the next few days. Same message, next paragraph. And then I try to start setting up a date after that. Okay. And luckily, they did not eat me up after that because that is, thinking back on this, if I were on the other side of that message, I'd been like whoa, red flag. Red flag. And looking back on, also, I think it's a lot of the reason dating is hard for me, and the reason I feel the need to over explain myself and almost like apologize proactively for myself as a romantic person. So online dating is scary because the confidence is so low, and my people pleasing tendencies come out in a big way, and feeling like I'm a burden almost on another person. It's so funny. It's like we're going on a date. There's this meme. It's like we're going on a date, and like I think you're hot, and I like loving on you, and I assume that you're doing community service. You know?
Yeah.
And so I think for me, like one of the things with text communication, I'm getting better at just like stating what I'm looking for. Making a compliment and leaving it there. And if they don't reply, or if that's where it goes, that's okay. Yeah. But back then, 2022 Biddy was trying.
In your defense, he did ask for that.
He did.
And you got a nice full answer.
And I gave my philosophy on.
So, hey, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
And here's the thing, pretty compatible because he kept engaging, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, that feels really good. I was like, he accepted my like word flirt. This is great. So I'll just say that is like a notorious story within my friend group of how bad I am at this. Also going from online to in real life, connected with a friend on Tinder, one of the ones where you swipe. So it's like, we obviously are connecting. And then before I even messaged them, I happened to see them in person. They're in the drag scene. And when we're on the corner outside Knock Bar, and I go up to them, and I'm feeling so emboldened because they liked me back, right? And so feeling so emboldened, and I go up to them, and my first in-person thing coming out of this is, what are your intentions with my daughter? That was my pickup line.
Oh, God.
And they said, what? And I walked away. I couldn't do it. I swung so big. It didn't work. So that is also now an iconic
But look,
phrase
I
in our
mean,
friend
you have to, that's how you learn. You make these crazy ass mistakes. But that's the thing. It's like, and I feel like a lot of people are not into making those mistakes. Understandably, but at the same time, you have to learn some way. You have to put your foot in your mouth sometimes in order to get better at it. You know,
and that's why I'm glad for this space, because it feels like I'm just like we're talking openly about stuff. So I always appreciate this space. Yeah. But that was really helpful because after saying "What are your intentions with my daughter" 7 times as an opening line, like it's a learning. What are your intentions with my daughter? My friends will say that shit to me all the time. It's like, fuck.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay. That's my story for the day. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yes. That was my fucking TED Talk.
All right. Well, I mean, I hope all of our viewers got some interesting insights from this. I mean, I know we usually try to end with like a quick one-liner or something, but I mean, I think we kind of gone over it to death at this point. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody for joining us, and please do all the things as far as like giving us a nice rating on the podcast side, giving us a like and a subscribe on the YouTube side, share clips that you see on social media. Please follow us on social media. And
make sure that you go to the grocery store and meet someone and take them to the back alley.
Do not do that, okay? Especially not in 2025.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's the advice. That's if you took away nothing else.
All right. And remember, if you have no one else,
You got us.